Hey Aquarius, your May tarot reading is ready. I'm Eleanor and welcome to Pink Pearl Tarot. Your main energy, your main theme for May is wind, and it says change. And your happiness affirmation that pairs with that, it says be yourself. Don't try to fit into someone else's mold. So taken together, these are saying that this month is all about being your own constant in a changing environment. It's possible to be rooted in and true to yourself and adaptable at the same time by focusing on your values, developing a strong, absolute core of identity and sense of self-worth. Like, okay, for example, being able to admit that one is wrong when presented with new information is being adaptable. But it's more possible and less challenging for people whose self-worth is not wrapped up in the external circumstances of being right. I hope that makes some sense. So for the first question, I've asked for something to focus on, to stay anchored, kind of like a focal point. And spot on, you have the star. So if you know anything about dance or activities that require balance, they advise people to choose a spot on the wall and focus on it to help keep their gaze upright and from like toppling over. So what they're saying with the star in that position is to keep your eyes fixed on the light, however you define it. It can be hope, it can be your higher power, the light within you, the light of source, the light of your faith, the light at the end of the tunnel. I could go on. This can also represent like a goal or your dearest wish. I actually love the visual synchronicity too of how that star, that kind of spiral, it kind of like mirrors that change, windy change spiral. Anyway, I don't want to preach or anything, but this is a very spiritual card, and it talks about rooting yourself in faith and hope for the future, that it will get better, and everything that you're going through is shifting things for your highest good. And so they want you to stay rooted in that knowledge. So for where you will see the most change, you have the Devil reversed. This is awesome. This is freedom. Freedom from something that has slowly started to drain you. Something that it was originally something you felt like you needed, but over time has been, more of a siphoning your energy. So some of you could be like kicking a habit. It could be cord cutting. It could be a social media fast. Let's see. It could be paying off a debt. I mean, the point is, it's taking action to free yourself from a tie that you once chose to engage with, and you have since realized that it's evolving into a trap, or I should say devolving into a trap. For what will be your biggest obstacle, you have the Knight of Swords reversed. Okay, so there could be some communication issues or information sharing issues. It could be troubles finding the right words, or wishing you could take the words you said and stuff them back into your mouth. Maybe whether they were embarrassing or hurtful or incorrect or misinformed, many reasons. So you could feel misunderstood at this time, combative, foggy, or confused. I think the biggest thing here is feeling misunderstood and then trying to figure out how to be heard. So for the best thing about this month, you have Judgment. This indicates that something is awakening in May, or that you might feel that your awakening are coming online in some way in May. Come on. Quit. You see that movement? Okay. This is glow up energy. It's Phoenix energy. It reminds me of my favorite AWOL Nation lyric. It's Mother Effa. I'll be back from the dead soon. I just love that. So there is definitely this feeling of this being the dawn of a new day or a new era. And I hate to sound corny, but like, it's all the good judgment calls that you've been making. They're coming together and they're paying off at this time. It's your good karma coming around to serve you. So for your influence and impact on others, you have the Queen of Wands reversed. Honestly, with the way you've been showing up, like this kind of almost monolith of light, what I'm seeing is that there's an intimidating presence to you right now. And for some, For some people, it's being viewed in like awe, but for some others, it's highlighting their feelings of inferiority. So some of you could inspire others to go all in and cultivate their presence the way you have. And there's others that might shrink from that and put you down to elevate themselves. So it takes all kinds. You might run into both, actually. And you might actually see some people trying to give you their power. And you might have to, like, stand up to be that. Like, keep people into their own power and not take advantage of it, but sometimes we can unwittingly have people put their power on us and not realize that they've given that to us. So for what opportunities you should be looking for, you have the Wheel of Fortune. So this might be a great time for calculated risks. Not like the Fool energy, go giant leaps of faith into the unknown type risks, but what's happening is the interplay of cycles might be very visible to you right now. It's like when, I don't know if you've seen Double Dutch jump rope and they've got the two jump ropes going, and it's like watching those two jump ropes weave back and forth, and you're looking for your in, where you rush in and you start jumping. So if you catch a glimpse of order where others are seeing chaos, there could be opportunity there to really make some advantageous choices. Now, when the Wheel of Fortune comes up, it's saying it's not a time to dig in and hold on tight to like a sinking ship or the edge of a wheel that's rolling, because you'll get crushed half the time, right? So it's standing outside of it and observing it and getting the rhythm so that you can catch the ride up, basically. So for where you will find the most support, you have the Queen of Cups reversed. They're pointing your attention to where you could be storing some unprocessed emotion, stuck emotions that need to be felt and processed. Also, where have you, or why or how have you withheld love from yourself, and can you let that flow? See, I reversed royalty. I see reversed loyalty as a loss of power. So the best way to find support is to take that power back from where it's been misplaced and return it to yourself. And I feel like there's also a nudge here to be more proactive and explicit about asking for support. Like no beating around the bush or moping and hoping that someone picks up on what you're laying down. It might be time for to actually make a therapy appointment, or call your emotional support person and say, hey, I am feeling unstable, or fill in the blank with what challenging emotion. Can you hold space for me, please? And just be clear. Now, as for your self-care directive, you have the Temperance card, and that's a beautiful version of it too. So in order to be the best anchor for yourself, you must first find balance, which can be challenging in changing times. I get it. So just control the controllables, like balancing what you're consuming, because that becomes a part of you. That's another meaning of the Temperance card. And balancing your activity levels. It's balancing your emotions, like it was just saying with that Queen of Cups reversed. Temperance is also a card of healing your relationship to the divinity within you and the ecstasy of that union, which is probably why you have the Star being offered as your anchoring focal point. Because your body is also a thing of this world that is subject to changes with its environment, internal and external. Your health will fluctuate, your energy will fluctuate, but it's the light in you that is unwavering and unchangeable. Now with that Devil reverse, there's a rebalancing of power as you retrieve it from a potentially parasitic dynamic. So now the traditional iconography of the Temperance card, it has an angel with a foot in the water and a foot on the land. So that is spot on with your overall message, having a foot in both worlds for both grounding and fluidity. And like essentially, this is not a time for extremes of any kind. So that's what I have for you, Aquarius. Much love, and I'll talk to you next month. Thank you.